coming up. Voters across the high country cast their ballots in a historic election. Plus, living in a swing state during such a close presidential race. All of this and more in the election edition of NAZ Today. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to the special edition of NAZ Today. I'm Makayla Richardson.
And I'm Faith Rodriguez. Thanks for tuning in.
It's now past 7 p.m. across most of Arizona, which means all of the polls are officially closed. Only those people already in line at 7 p.m. will be allowed to vote. Now, it's a waiting game to see the results, and it may be a long wait.
While it may not be something that eager voters would like to hear, the Coconino County Elections Department says we will likely not see the official results until Monday at the earliest. We've broken down the schedule for you here.
Starting tonight at 8 p.m., early ballot counts will be released. After any remaining early ballots are counted, the Election Center will move to counting the in-person Election Day ballots from around 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow at noon, they will receive the election ballots from Havasupai and work with the ones requiring special processing. Then every day until November 11th, conditional, provisional, and early voting ballots that were dropped off on Election Day will be counted.
Now, this waiting period for ballots did not stop voters from going to the polls early. This morning, a line formed around the Beaver Street School polling location before sunrise. Eager voters came to the polling place near the NAU campus this morning to get ahead of the crowds and vote before classes.
I wanted to beat the line. I wanted to get ready before my class started. And I just wanted to get in my poll for democracy before my day really got started.
For some students, voting meant kicking off their first year of college with a monumental change.
Whatever happens in this election is going to affect our whole college career because we're freshmen, so the next 4 years it's like in our hands, kind of.
Others are hopeful that the next 4 years will result in a unified country.
The sentiment is pretty hopeful, I would say. We've been on both parties through a lot of trouble throughout the last few years, to say the least, and there's quite a lot of confusion.
As for the voting process, Joyner says it was easier than she anticipated.
I honestly thought that the voting process was going to feel like a test and I was going to be like stressed and not like whip out my phone or like they were going to say that I had to do it this way, but I looked at my phone and I looked up the propositions right there and I was like looking around my shoulder like, am I going to get in trouble? No, it was not that serious, so I'm feeling blessed.
Around 1:30 this afternoon, the Coconino County Elections Office sent out a notice regarding misinformation being spread about voting. The notice says voters at polling locations had been incorrectly informed by an unknown group that they can vote using a federal-only ballot in Coconino County, even if they are registered to vote in a different Arizona county. This information was incorrect, and voters are encouraged to check their voter registration at my.arizona.vote.
Navajo County is having extended polling times this evening due to bomb threats. At 3:30 this afternoon, the Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes said there were unsubstantiated reports of bomb threats at 4 specific locations in Navajo County. The exact locations have not yet been released, but state and federal law enforcement are working to find out who is responsible. Bomb threats have also been reported in Georgia, Minnesota, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Fontes says he has reason to believe foreign enemies, namely Russia, are behind these threats. It was a small parade with a big purpose. NAU students and faculty held a small parade to the polls, ending up at the Beaver Street Voting Center on the NAU campus. NAZ Today's Nicole Rutherford was there.
Parade to the Polls is a nonpartisan event to help encourage NAU students and the community to go out and vote.
I just really encourage everybody, no matter what party affiliation you are, to come out and vote and also just have conversations.
The parade started from outside University Union and ended at South Beaver School.
They were met with volunteers and students lined up to vote. Volunteers were informing students and answering any voting questions people had.
I think it's really important to be an informed voter and to really get out there and make our voices heard.
The event aimed to reassure students that their voice matters in this historic election.
I think that an informed voter is going to be the best for the overall health of the country and well-being of everyone. And so I just really want to empower our generation in particular to make their voices heard.
College students are a part of a large demographic of new voters, and we will soon find out just how big of an effect they will have on this election. Nicole Rutherford, NAZ Today.
With varied wait times throughout the day at different polling locations, one organization is offering to help voters who are stuck in long lines. Pizza to the Polls is a nonprofit that is sending free pizza to voters who are waiting at the polls. They say their mission is to deliver free food to people who are doing their civic duty. To deliver pizza to a polling location, visit polls.pizza/report. Arizona is one of the most crucial states in the presidential election. As a swing state, both tickets have had their eyes on the Grand Canyon State for most of the campaign season. In 2020, Arizona voters went for President Joe Biden. Before this, however, Arizona had not gone blue since the former president Bill Clinton in 1996. The latest polling puts Trump ahead of Kamala Harris in Arizona.
This election hasn't only caught the attention of Americans, it's being watched around the world. Some citizens from the United Kingdom have even come to help the U.S. during the election. England resident Robert Yates came to Flagstaff to help the Democratic Party at the polls.
We're very interested in the American election, very concerned about the American elections and the future of your democracy and the implications for the world, really. So many of us in Europe are concerned at the prospect, certainly, of the return of a Trump presidency, which would be a disaster. And I feel very strongly about so many of the issues that are true to the Democrats. And so I thought, I can help, so I'll come and help.
Yates says he was at a polling place as early as 7 this morning to hand out cider to voters heading to the polls. NAU exchange students are also watching this election closely. While they cannot vote, they still have strong opinions on the outcome. NAZ Today's Helena Robla joins us with more.
Thanks, Makayla. Along with the UK, other countries around the world are following closely to see how these results may change the global political landscape. I talked to some NAU international exchange students to see what they think.
Japan is really connected to the US, so this election might be a really big impact on my country, I think. Yeah.
Maybe I'm worried that if the government changes or says this way, it has an effect on the price of things, and maybe like things like food or basic supplies or something, maybe that can change the price.
Even though I still think it's just a choice for the lesser evil, but I would elect. So it's kind of painful to be here and follow it all around, but then you are not really part of it and you can't really do anything about it. But that's what it is.
Some of the students I talked to say they're worried what might happen to their exchange program under a new administration. Elena Robla, NAC Today.
Coming up, the Chiefs prepare for a potential record-breaking win while the Eagles look for redemption. Plus, bringing Mardi Gras spirit to the big game. A special edition of NAZ Today starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Welcome to this special edition of NAZ Today. I'm Ava Nichols.
And I'm Makayla Richardson. Thanks for tuning in. Now, as you can see, we aren't in our usual set today as we are in Jackson Square, New Orleans, covering Super Bowl 59.
This year, this city is tying a record with Miami, hosting its 11th Super Bowl. And Makayla, the buzz around here is different this year.
Maybe it's Mardi Gras.
Maybe it's the jazz music.
Or the amazing seafood.
Or maybe it's the exciting rematch set for tomorrow between the Chiefs and Eagles, nearly 2 years after a 38-35 nail-biter in Phoenix.
The last time the Eagles battled for the Lombardi Trophy, it ended in heartbreak. Head coach Nick Sirianni says Super Bowl 57 motivates them on the journey to victory.
You know, the things even going back to the 2023 season, which we haven't talked a lot about since the beginning of the year, we're grateful for that. We're thankful for that. As bad as it sucked at the time, because it shaped us into who we are now, and why a big reason why we're back here sitting at this moment again.
Safety Reed Blankenship says the team has grown closer over the past 2 seasons.
We just trust each other, like I've been saying. It was different in the last couple of years. I just feel like we're a tighter group.
Defensive lineman Josh Sweat says he thinks the formula is simple. It's just about finishing the job this time.
Shoot, I don't even know. We had a great team then, too. We felt confident, so we just got to get it done.
Chiefs players, however, are well aware of the addition of one key game changer.
Now locates Barkley out of the backfield. Barkley slips 2 tackles and picks up the first down, jumping up in the air.
They added a few new pieces, like Saquon, and so we're going to have our hands full. They're a great team.
The Chiefs are on the brink of history, possibly becoming the first team to win 3 straight Super Bowls. But head coach Andy Reid says the focus remains the same.
You can get really caught up in all this, and you can't get too far from what's real, and that's playing the game.
Coach Reid made a stop at Northern Arizona University early in his coaching career. Makayla, you spoke to him a few days ago. What did he remember about Flagstaff?
Coach Reid was the offensive line coach in 1986. Even though he was only there for a year, he remembers Flagstaff fondly.
I loved it there. Great school. People don't realize that it's in Arizona and it snows.
Coach Reid has left a legacy in Northern Arizona after his short stay. He also coached the Eagles for over a decade. Now the Chiefs will play his previous team once again in Super Bowl 59.
Speaking of the Eagles in Arizona, cornerback Keely Ringo graduated from Saguaro High School in Scottsdale. It is here that his coaches ask him to move to cornerback.
It's a great feeling, of course, me going out there as a young guy coming from Washington, I just had a lot of opportunities in front of me, and just at a young age, I was able to make the most of them. And man, AZ's done nothing but show love to me, and it's just great to be able to represent the Valley, just as you said. So yeah, it's really good.
On the cusp of Super Bowl 59 and Mardi Gras, the city is still recovering from a terrorism attack on January 1st, where 14 people were killed and 35 others were injured. The energy here is one of resilience. The festivities have begun in New Orleans, but with a shaken resolve.
Our citizens have seen death and destruction in a place that represents America better than any other place in America, on a street under which all walks of life are welcomed in a fun and festive time.
The NFL is working with the Department of Homeland Security, local law enforcement, the FBI, the state governor, and New Orleans mayor to ensure the safety of the big game.
We have reviewed and re-reviewed all the details of what happened on January 1. We have reviewed and re-reviewed each of our roles within the overarching security plan, and we have reassessed and stress test our timing, our communication protocols, our contingency measures, and our emergency response plans multiple times over the past several weeks.
Since the attack, an increased presence of city and state police, barriers on the roads, and National Guard troops are noticeable, especially around the Superdome and French Quarter.
We've been to New Orleans before, but I have never seen this much security on Bourbon Street before. Matter of fact, when we were walking up by Pat O'Brien's, we saw Homeland Security.
Grimes says the increased security made her feel safer after the attacks. She says the city's mood toward the upcoming events is inspiring.
I love their perseverance and how they don't let anything stop celebration. And the Super Bowl is a celebration. It's one of the biggest, sporting events in the United States. And so, I thought, no, you push forward, you push on.
The organizations protecting the city and its revelries say they are ready to welcome visitors for Super Bowl 59.
I am confident that the safest place to be this weekend will be in this areas around under the security umbrella that this team has put together.
Now, families of the victims say that they do not want their loved ones' lives to be lost in vain. Though New Orleans is still recovering, the city and the celebrations will go on.
And Makayla, we've seen that all week long. NAZ Today's Reese Clark is in the French Quarter to show us the heart of New Orleans.
Thanks, guys. This is my first time in New Orleans, and it's full of culture. I had the opportunity to explore the city and see all it has to offer.
From the music, to the lights, to the food,
New Orleans is the ideal host city for Super Bowl 59. So ideal that the Big Easy is now tied for most Super Bowl hosts with 11.
I really like the city. People is really nice. The culture of New Orleans, music everywhere. It's a live city.
The music and the art aren't the only gifts that come from New Orleans culture.
When we come together, we're stronger together. And so let this be a real testament, not only of our faith, but how we are stronger and united.
The foundation of the city is its people. Now they all gather ready to host Super Bowl 59 and showcase their culture of togetherness.
I feel like everyone is really close. Like everywhere you go, like even if you don't know that person, they'll be like saying, "Hey, how are you?" So people is really close, I feel.
I've really enjoyed my time here, from the music to the food. I will definitely be coming back. For now, back to you guys in Jackson Square.
Thanks, Reese. What an incredible city.
People are traveling from all over to experience New Orleans culture and the Super Bowl. NAZ Today's Ashley Hinchy is at the New Orleans airport with more.
Thanks, guys. I'm looking for the fans that have traveled the farthest to support their team.
Every year, the Super Bowl brings people together from all over the world. Some travelers coming into New Orleans had long trips filled with connecting flights, like Sergio and Omar, who traveled nearly 6,000 miles from Romania just to see the big game for the first time.
From Bucharest to Frankfurt, 3 hours, and then another 12 hours to Houston, another 2 hours just flying, plus the waiting time in the airport, so it's almost 1 day.
Others say they had easy commutes.
Yeah, it was easy. It's like a 2.5-hour flight plus a connector 45 minutes from Houston.
Some fans have been loyal to their team for many years.
I came out like wearing Eagles jerseys, ever since I was a little kid. I still got my jersey from a little kid.
I was a season ticket holder with the Chiefs for 27 years, and then I moved to Texas, so I let my season tickets go, but I've just always been a supporter, It's in my bloodline, I love it.
Some fans are Super Bowl veterans, while others will be attending for the first time.
This is my 12th one, so I've gone the last 12 years.
Yes, this is the first time. We are quite excited to see it.
It's amazing to see the dedication that these fan bases have. From the airport, Ashley Hinchy, NAZ Today.